Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America, and in this video, we're going to show you the actual cost for $5,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, or life insurance or funeral funds for an 80-year-old female. Now, first thing to keep in mind is you can go directly to our website at funeralfunds.com, and we've got a quoter just about on every page. So click the state that you live in, and we're licensed in all 50 states, by the way. And then do the coverage amount, and then you just put your birthday and other info in there. Click the get quotes now, and it will show you actual rates that are available in your state, and it'll show you all the different insurance companies. The same quoter that we use to help our clients. And then you can always call us at our toll-free number 888-862-9456 and talk with a real person. Now, the first thing you need to ask yourself if you're an 80-year-old female is $5,000 going to be enough for your final expense needs? Now, if you're going to get cremated and just come home in a cardboard box or an urn, then yeah, $5,000 is probably more than enough at age 80. And the reason is that's only going to cost between $1,000 to $2,000. So typically it'd be $1,400 to $1,600. So at $5,000, you've got some extra money built in there to kind of adjust for the cost of inflation as price goes up over the years. And also, if God forbid something were to happen sooner, there's some extra money to pay off some extra final expenses, maybe medical bills or something like that. Now, if you're going to have like a celebration of life ceremony or some sort of get together, with the family or anything like that, that would probably be around $3,500 to $4,500. So $5,000 is still going to do it. But if you're like healthy and you think you're going to make it to 85, 90, maybe 95, $5,000 probably wouldn't be enough if you're going to have a service type thing. So we'd probably typically recommend something around, $7,500 or maybe $10,000 or so. But we don't recommend you overinsure with this type of insurance. And the reason is just most of the people we help are on fixed or limited incomes. So we just really want to be respectful of their budget. But also, when you get a policy, you want to make sure that you can keep that policy from here on out until the day you die, because otherwise it won't do you any good. And if you get something super expensive, then you may have to cancel it in the future. So a lot of times people will say, well, I want to get like $25,000, $30,000 and leave some money behind for my family. Well, if you wanted to leave money behind for your family, probably should have done that 20 some years ago with a different type of insurance. So we really recommend you just insure what you need to at this time, because the best insurance policy to have is the one that you actually own. Now, we recommend first day coverage, and that's what we help people with at Funeral Funds of America, first day coverage benefits with same day approvals. The reason the first day coverage is so important is that none of us knows when we're going to die, and especially at age 80, don't know if you're going to live another 20 seconds or another 20 years, right? So first day coverage is really important. You do not want to have a plan that's got a 2-year waiting period. We'll get into that in a minute, but you don't want a plan that makes you wait 2 years. Now, kind of one of the biggest questions we get from people is, yeah, I want first day coverage, but they ask health questions, and I'm not in great health. Well, that's why we work with so many different insurance companies, and they all have different underwriting requirements. So we've got a 95% approval rate for first day coverage. So typically that's not an issue. The only time it would be an issue is if you had really significant health problems, like a terminal illness where you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you're on dialysis, or you were in a hospital or in a nursing home. Now, we do get calls, seems like every week, from somebody that they'll say, hey, we had a family member die this last week, and their body's down at the funeral home, and they didn't have insurance, and we don't have any money. And now the funeral home operator wants the money so that they can get the burial done. So we need to get this insurance really fast. And we have to tell them that there is no insurance company in the United States that's going to offer insurance on a dead person. It just does not work out that way. So it's really sad when that happens. It's really sad that the person died and didn't even think or care about putting his family or his or her family first by getting insurance. And now when they pass away, not only is there an economic and financial hardship, it's an emotional hardship, and it could have been prevented because everybody dies. There's no way out of that. So they knew this was coming. They just chose not to prepare for it. Don't do that to your family. So let's actually take a look here. I mentioned avoiding 2-year waiting period plans. So let's kind of dive into that a little bit. Colonial Penn is probably one of the most famous or infamous, depending on what people say. But they just advertise a lot. It seems like they're on TV like almost every 7 minutes. I don't know if it's that frequent, but holy cow, it seems like it. So they advertise their $9.95 plan, which is a 2-year waiting period plan. And there's other companies out there that offer 2-year waiting period plans, like Mutual of Omaha has got the United of Omaha product, and AIG and Gerber. And there's a lot of other companies out there too. And there's just some companies out there that have done a really great job of convincing folks that if you're over age 50, the only thing you qualify for is a policy with the 2-year waiting period. And nothing could be further from the truth, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. So don't believe that nonsense. But Colonial Penn, they just advertise a lot. And they've got that $9.95 plan. And a lot of 80-year-old females would go, ha, I outsmarted the system. I made it to 80. I never spent any money on this insurance. And now I'm going to get that $9.95 plan. And I'm probably going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95. And boy, nothing could be further from the truth. So let's take a look here. Female age 80. And what does 1 unit of Colonial Penn $9.95 insurance get you? Well, we know it's going to be $9.95 for 1 unit. 1 unit gets $608. Ouch. Miss Female age 80, you did not outsmart the system. Colonial Penn saw you coming. So, $608 is not going to pay for anything, measurable. It's not going to get a cremation, and it's certainly not going to pay for a funeral. So with Colonial Penn, to get more coverage, you've got to add up more units, and each unit is $9.95, so it gets very expensive. Let's see if we can't figure out how much, right around $5,000, because by and large, you can't get a $5,000 policy. It has wackadoodle numbers because each unit's kind of a weird thing. Let's see, is it 8 units? Let's take a look. So there's 8 units, is $4,864. Let's try maybe 9. So it's kind of like right in between. Let's just say, let's go this one because it's at least 5,000. 5,472. That's $90 essentially, $89.55. So what would that coverage cost if it were a first day coverage plan? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's take a look. So we've got $5,000 here, and we've got a female, age 80, and let's hit the get quote button here. This is our quoter. And again, roughly $5,000 for $90. We come over here and we go, oh, well, it's looking like it's right around $50, more or less. So remember, this is like $90. Well, let's go down, because that would be, let's go down 79. So it'd be right around $85. It'd be around $5,000 if you could get it, which you can't. I'm just trying to do apples to apples here. So around 85, and we're coming in at first day coverage for right around 50. So that's like, I don't know, rough math. It's at least like 75% more expensive, roundabout. So why would you overpay for insurance and go with a company that actually costs so much more? And you've got a 2-year waiting period too. So again, let's just say this is $80 and this is $50. So you're overpaying $30 a month more. That's $360 a year. After 10 years, if you did live to age 90, that'd be $3,600 more, roughly. It'd actually be a little bit more. It's probably close to $4,000 because we're not even looking at $5,000. So let's just say you'd be overpaying roughly $4,000 more. Why would you do that? Because you got to consider when you get these plans that if you qualify and pay more the day you're approved, and it's overpriced, you're going to overpay every single month for the rest of your life. So it is always to your advantage to get a lower price today And how we help out with that is we provide a funeral and estate planning guide, and you can just list all your final wishes out there so that people know what you want done. Because there's some companies out there. Let me see if I can find that company. They advertise quite a bit. Here we go. Lincoln Heritage. So Lincoln Heritage, there's $74 for the same $5,000 coverage. Now they've got a deal where when you pass away, they'll call 2-3 different places, funeral homes, things like that, try to find the lowest pricing. They may do a couple other things, but they charge a premium for it. So that's $74, and we're roughly $50 down here. So let's just round the numbers up for easy math. Say it's $25 more a month. That would be $300 more a year. If you live 10 years, that'd be an extra $3,000. So is it worth it to pay a company $3,000 to make 2 or 3 phone calls and maybe do a couple other things, when at Funeral Funds, we've got a funeral and estate planning guide, which we provide free of charge, and you can fill that out, and it says who gets what goes where you want to be buried, all your final wishes. It just spells it out clearly. You keep it right with your insurance policy, and when you pass away, your family can grab that, and they will know that you love them and you cared about them in advance, and that you knew this day was coming, and they would need your help on this day. And you did that for them. And what a blessing. What a blessing. And you also get to save money by doing that, by not paying for, companies that charge a lot more for stuff like that. Any other companies? I mean, Lumicoven is another company we see once in a while. Level coverage, $70. You're overpaying $20 a month, roughly $240 a year, $2,400 over the next 10 years. So, yeah, just don't do that. We can help you get the lowest pricing. Just go to our website, funeralfunds.com. You can fill out this quoter. And we've got a special page for our YouTube viewers. It's funeralfunds.com/YouTube. We've got a special quoter there where you can access the most discounts and everything like that. You can also call us at our toll-free number. And, if you've got an existing policy and you just want to price check it, we can help you out with that. If you've got an existing policy and it's not enough and you need to add coverage, we can help you with that. If you're looking for a brand new policy, we can help you with that. If you just want information, we can help you with that. So we look forward to talking with you someday, helping you out with this until that day comes. You take care. You stay safe. Bye-bye.